you're graduating into. This is what I want to talk about today with you for a few minutes. To lead in shaping a new world order for the 21st century.
China is battling a spike in new COVID-19 infections after dropping its zero COVID policy. It comes as a new Hong Kong study warns China could see nearly 1 million deaths this winter. Our senior foreign correspondent Elizabeth Palmer reports.
Official hearses lined up along with private vehicles at the Dongjiao crematorium in Beijing, almost 2 weeks after the Chinese government abruptly lifted its strict COVID controls, which had included routine mass testing and mandatory quarantine. At the same time, the government stopped counting cases. And as for COVID deaths, the official numbers say there were only 5 today. Social media says different. For example, this video was posted by a user in East Central Henan province, while another working at a funeral home in neighboring Hebei said deaths had increased 5-fold in a week. But there is no way to know for sure.
Joining us now for more analysis is Dr. Chris Murray. He is a professor and chair of health metrics sciences at the University of Washington and director of the Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation. Dr. Murray, welcome. Your institute is projecting more COVID deaths in China. Tell us what your modeling shows.
Well, over the next 4 months, we expect a huge wave of the Omicron variant in China. Most of them are susceptible, so there's really nothing to stop it once you take away zero COVID. And that leads to nearly 300,000 deaths by April 1st. And it could be worse. That's 300,000 deaths if they take some moderate action to slow the spread.
And if they don't take that type of action, tell us more about how your institute came to these findings.
Well, throughout the pandemic, since actually March of 2020, we have been developing models for the pandemic for every country in the world.
You were both in Skull and Bones, the secret society.
It's so secret we can't talk about it.
What does that mean for America? The conspiracy theorists are going to go
I'm
wild.
sure they are. I don't know. I haven't seen the web.
Number 322?
First of all, he's not the nominee. And, look, I look forward...
Are you prepared to lose?
No, I'm not going to lose.
Where am I? Grandpa? What are you doing here?
Chris, welcome to the Skull and Bones Society. This is where the most powerful men in the world are groomed for their futures. Every president, every CEO, every douchebag named Ryan Seacrest. The Skull and Bones Society has been a part of my family for decades, and we want you to become a member.
Really? Wow, cool!
Excellent! You get your own stock portfolio, a percentage of the 9/11 Victims Fund, and the best medical care. You'll be kept as healthy as a horse.
You both were members of Skull and Bones, a secret society at Yale. What does that tell us?
Not much, because it's a secret.
Is there a secret handshake? Is there a secret code?
I wish there were something secret I could manifest.
322, a secret number?
Dad, please, this mobile could be my ticket to Yale.
Another Bush kid, another Bush kid. How about this girl?
Her grades and test scores are superb. She's got Bula. But does she have Bula Bula?
What about this mobile she did in the 2nd grade?
Accept. Full ride.
Bula bula, bula bula.
Ron DeSantis do solemnly swear.
Florida, girls are going to play girls' sports and boys are going to play boys' sports. Assessments on the intellectual freedom and viewpoint diversity at these institutions. I think that having intellectual diversity is something that's very, very important.
I'm going to vote blue. Vote for who you want. This is a free dictatorship.
Not so fast, Lisa. You didn't apologize to your second-grade teacher. And all we do at Yale is apologize.
Sorry, sorry, sorry. Please excuse our quirks. Quirks, quirks, quirks. Won't you kindly listen to us rich male jerks?
There are all kinds of secrets, Tim, but one thing is not a secret. I disagree with this president's direction that he's taking the country. We can do a better job, and I intend to do it.
And we'll be watching. Be safe on the campaign trail. John Kerry, thanks for joining us. And we'll be right back.
I want to say something about one of your colleagues. America lost a really fine citizen yesterday when Tim Russert passed away. I've had the privilege of being interviewed by Tim Russert. I found him to be a hardworking, thorough, decent man. And Tim Russert, loved his country, he loved his family, and he loved his job a lot.
Genesis chapter 3. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman,
Yea, hath God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden?
And the woman said unto the serpent,
We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die.
And the serpent said unto the woman,
Ye shall not surely die.
If you were to look up professional football's all-time bonehead plays, you might read about a Miami Dolphin kicker named Ray Finkel, who missed a 26-yard field goal in the closing seconds of Super Bowl 17. What you wouldn't read about is how Ray Finkel lost his mind, was committed to a mental hospital only to escape and join the police force under the assumed identity of a missing hiker, manipulating his way to the top in a diabolical scheme to get even with Dan Marino, whom he blamed for the entire thing.
What the hell are you talking about?
She's not Lois Einhorn. She's Ray Finkel. She's a man.
He's lying. Is Taylor Swift dropping hints about her next re-recording? Swifties think so. The singer captions a December 13th Instagram photo of her and longtime collaborator Jack Antonoff. Thanks for all the beautiful wishes today. I spent my 33rd birthday in this studio, of course. Cheeky face emoji. Wouldn't have it any other way.
My mom said to me, sweetheart, one day you should settle down and marry a rich man. And I said, Mom, I am a rich man.
Love you. And in true Taylor fashion, the Post has fans finding Easter eggs. One of the biggest theories making the rounds, the Grammy winner is releasing the updated version of 27